I think in the Catholic mind, he would be a symbol of the conversion to the Catholic faith, the Christian faith, and quite proud of that and all. But subsequently, we have learned and are learning more and more that he did not go about it really the right way in trying to impose the European Christianity on the so-called savages of California. I emphasize so-called, but that's probably what most of the Franciscan missionaries at that time thought of them. But in the case of Junipero Serra, it seems to be there is documented evidence that at times he was rather, I don't know if you'd use the word brutal, but that he treated the Indians rather roughly, shall we say. I think it was always in the spirit of what he thought was his mission in life, to bring these pagans, as they would be looked on, into the true religion, Roman Catholicism. That's what he was trained to do and what he loved to do and what he was dedicated to. So you have to put it in that context, but I think there is evidence that he was rather rough and shouldn't have done the things he did as a Christian missionary. I notice that the Holy Father, Pope Francis, now when he travels to Bolivia and Ecuador and the three countries that he visited in Latin America recently, he always made it a point to apologize for the treatment of the Native American down there. I worked with the Native Americans, as Donna probably told you, for 13 years after I retired from being a bishop of Sacramento. In Tucson, Arizona, there was the Tohono O'odham tribe and the Pasquayaqui tribe. And I, on very many occasions, heard them talk about the unknown treatment, harsh treatment of the Native Americans in their experience with the missionaries. Being a priest now, for 68 years, as a matter of fact, I've come to know the Franciscans today and have great admiration for them. It's difficult for me to speak like this about the Franciscans then, but I think what is important eventually is for the general population to realize that these things happened in mission countries like America on the part of missionaries. We don't deny that they might have had the intention, the right intentions when they did these things, but some of the things you wouldn't expect of missionaries. They should have known they were not treating the Indians in every respect like they should have. What I've realized, though, of what great work people like Val and Donna have done in bringing this to the minds of the people. I don't think anybody has changed a belief in the Catholic Church has not changed so quickly as the understanding now that Serra wasn't all that we thought he was. It's a different history we're learning. And so that's come not only into the mind of people associated in the church, but also the general public, because it's been in the papers so much now. They know that Serra wasn't all that he was thought to be. So that's a big development. Maybe that was God's way of getting the word around that he wasn't everything we thought he would be. That's why he allowed the canonization to bring all this to the surface. San Rafael has a mission, and I was asked to give them a talk there in about 2007 or 2008, I think it was, on the anniversary. It was some anniversary of that mission, and I was asked to talk. I did some reading at that time, and it was then that I began to realize that the American Indians weren't altogether happy about what had happened in the missions. And so I researched it a little more then, and I mentioned at that time, I apologized to the Miwok Indians, who were the ones in that territory. Apologized, and the current chairman of the Miwoks was there, and he came up and expressed later to the people how this was what he thought the first time that the Roman Catholic official acknowledged the troubles that had happened. And that's when I began to be aware of them and change. I naturally just changed to realize that Junipero Serra was a human being and had the faults, maybe serious faults of a human being.
Was it difficult for you? You expressed an opinion which I just want to use the word, was deviating from the official sort of way the church thought about Junipero Serra. He was a hero, and a Californian hero at that.
Well,
and you suddenly left this path in a way. Was that difficult for you?
Oh yes, it always is. I leave the path often when I have different ideas. And Pope Francis has said to the bishops of the world, speak courageously and listen humbly. And so I had more courage when he came along.